Hola, guys! Engage in an extracurricular activity.
With me, let us cook a cake. Yes, cook a cake, duh. The ingredient will be listed in the caption. So, the first thing we're going to do is to sieve our flour. It is very important that you sieve your flour. I'm not a baker, so don't ask me. They used to sieve their flour. So, now I'm adding my sugar. This half cup of sugar. My flour was 1 cup. Like I said, the ingredients will be listed in the caption. Now I'll be adding my 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, because I really love a milky cake, I'll be adding this peak milk, the creamier version of it. This is much very optional because you will still be adding your liquid milk. But just in case you still want to add something milky, you can opt out for milk flavor. It is more affordable. So now we're going to mix everything together. Like I said, I'm not a baker. I don't have a hard whisk, so I'll be using my fork to do that. Or you can simply use your hands to mix everything together and make sure everything is well incorporated. This is our 1/4 cup of butter. We are going to melt it. Simply put it in the fry pan and heat it up for some seconds. I'll add my 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor and then I'll go in with my next flavoring. This is a milk flavoring as well, optional. Then now these are my 2 eggs. I washed them properly and cracked them inside. To be on the safer side, crack your egg inside a separate place, one by one before adding them to avoid I know. Some eggs can be bad. Now we'll be adding our milk. Half cup of milk. This Hollandia is exactly the half cup of milk that you need. Please feel free to use any milk that is available to you. And if you don't have evaporated milk, you can simply dilute your powder milk in water. And now we stir, 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 stir. So now you have your wet and your dry ingredients ready. Bring your dry ingredients and now you're going to pour in our wet ingredients and mix together. So you mix, but make sure you don't over mix. But me in this video, I over mix because I am not a baker and I don't have all their equipment. You can see that at some point I changed to spoon because that one was not letting me do. The next thing after mixing is just for you to butter your pan. That's simply rubbing butter on your pan. So please don't mind me. I shared my butter and added coloring to one. It is very easy. You simply dilute some coloring inside water, just small water. Then you add it to that one. And yes, something important that I should have stated, since we are going to be cooking the cake, you put water inside pots. Since all this process that I've been doing, my water with pot has been on fire, steaming, so that once I put my cake, it will start, cooking. So as you can see, I already had the pot of water on fire and it was boiling. I'm putting this plate inside so that it can elevate my pan. I don't want my pan directly under the pot boiling. I know the first time I cooked a cake, I made use of a plastic container with cover, but a friend of mine said it's not healthy. He thinks, and I think I also reasoned with him, cooking plastic. So that's why I decided to get this little pan. When you pour your butter into your pan, carry it on top of whatever it is at the bottom to suspend it. And please, very important, cover the pan with something flat. Me, I do not have anything flat. That's why I use a smaller pot cover before using the initial cover. This is to avoid water from entering your cake. You know the water is boiling, so those steam will turn to water. It is not magical. This cake has been on fire for like 40 something minutes before it rose like this, so don't be surprised. So this was me checking if the cake is ready, and yes, it was ready. The toothpick came out very clean. That's to show that your cake is ready. And guys, look at that cake. It's so fluffy. Yes, from the look, you can already tell that it's so fluffy. And this is me trying to show you how fluffy it is. You see when pressing together and it comes back together. And this was my expression when eating the cake. This cake banged, and I am not a baker. That means you too can also bake a yummy cake like this without stress and eat like me without stress. Eat it. Now that I've shown you, would you try baking a cake? It's not hard, trust me. Try it today. You understand why I'm rubbing my head.